Hello and good morning. It's a marvelous Monday, everyone. And we're back.
We're back.
Yeah.
And welcome to Wake Up Nigeria.
Yeah.
Everything that you expect will happen on the show every single day is going to happen today, so don't worry about it. It's going to be very, very nice.
Mary is looking sweet in the kitchen.
Oh, thank you, Titi. Thank you so much. Thank you.
There's quite a lineup for us today, and so we can go straight to it. We'll say, hi, Mary.
Yeah.
Hello.
It's Mary the lineup.
Yeah, Mary. No, we'll say hi, Mary
I'm
first.
good enough to be the lineup. Don't I look like sugar and candy? Come on, Yomi, calm down. Let Titi praise me. Titi, your dress is lovely, by the way. I love your dress.
Yeah,
I really love
so it's
your
going to be
dress.
very, very nice. We want you to stream with us this morning.
Yes, please do.
At tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect, where we're live on both those platforms.
Yes, indeed. You can always send in comments, contributions, and all that. You can use our hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. Or you could download our app so you can watch us live. You just have to go to the Android or iOS store to download it, and we'll be right there with you.
All right, so quickly to what we have for you for this morning. With so much advancement in the world of technology, we can't help but try to keep up. But we have tech updates coming up shortly.
And for our first musical performance from Afrobeat artist Colon. And right after that, we have a second musical performance from talented Afro-pop artist Sake Solo.
Everyone needs that Monday motivation to keep them going on their journey to success. Today, we're going to be discussing societal effects of stigmatization with an expert and something you cannot afford to miss.
Auto Sparkle waterless car interior detailing will be showing us a few things. Now, we need to know how to clean our vehicles the right way, and they're going to be showing us.
And finally, on SME, we have Matthew Coyote, the managing director of Karmat Ventures, a cleaning service company with a difference.
All right.
So welcome back to work.
Happy Monday, so
Happy
to
Monday.
speak.
We have Ibrahim standing by to give us the news update right now.
Absolutely. It's good to be back here. Welcome to the news this morning. The Northern Elders Forum has added its voice to calls for the overhaul of the nation's security forces. Speaking at a press conference in Kaduna, the leader of the group faulted President Muhammad Buhari's approach to tackling security challenges facing the country. The Northern group also condemned the killing of Christians by insurgents and the display of such acts in a barbaric manner. They appealed to Nigerians to coexist among one another, irrespective of their different religious affiliations.
This forum demands a thorough overhaul of the leadership of our security and public safety agencies and the injection of higher levels of competence, integrity and accountability in the manner our troops and the police and security agencies deal with security challenges. We appeal to our religious leaders and fellow citizens not to fall into the trap of insurgents who set us up against each other. We condemn the tactic of targeting Christians and publicizing their executions by an insurgency seeking to exploit our different faiths. We also condemn the murder of thousands of Muslims and Christians in communities which the insurgency has made permanent targets in the last decade. These are times that we must unite and resist a common enemy, as well as demand that our leaders protect us all as Nigerians.
A few days after Northern groups inaugurated a regional security outfit, governors of the southeastern states have disclosed that they will also name a security outfit for the region soon. According to them, the state assemblies are not on the verge of passing laws that will give the outfit a legal backing, as the federal government has been notified about the plans. The governors who disclosed this when the Southeast Governors Forum met in Enugu says the Southeast is not in competition with other regions, as the Joint Security Committee had been formed since 2019.
And we are satisfied with all the arrangement that will lead to Southeast Houses of Assembly to enact a law to back up the Southeast Security Program with a name to the outfit. No name yet, but a lot of work is going on the ground. And assure our people that the protection of their lives and property is paramount to us. and we are committed to just doing that.
State Dave Umahi also reiterated March the 31st as a date of reopening the Akano Ibiam International Airport, Enugu, to commercial activities.
I commended the federal government on speedy and quality work, though a number of sections are yet to be attended to, especially the Abia Port Harcourt axis being handled by a Chinese company. Our findings show that they are not yet properly funded as to effect reasonable work before the rainy season. While thanking Mr. President and the Honorable Minister of Works for this road, we appeal that all the companies be fairly funded so as to attend to most of the deplorable sections before the rainy season.
I've confirmed the daughter Abdullahi Mustafa, 35-year-old Maryam Abdullahi Mustafa, was taken by armed men on Friday night. They also shot and injured the security man at a residence. The police say they got to the one of them, while several others escaped with gun injuries. Meanwhile, the injured security man is currently receiving medical attention. And the police also say it have arrested 3 persons alleged to be members of the Ansar terror group following sustained mop-up operation. This was Frank Ogba. According to the statement, the development. He said investigation revealed that the arrested suspects were involved in the attack and attempted kidnap of the Emir of Portiscom that led in the killing of the Emir's police escorts. According to the false PRO, there were also in several kidnap operations and terror attacks in the northwest. And that's it on the news update at this hour. It's time to let you know what the weather will look like today.
Thanks so much. Today is Monday, the 10th of February, and we're looking at the newspaper headlines, starting with the Punch.
We have this headline on the cover of the Punch here. It says, Amotekun personnel. Southwest governors to write IG for gun license. That's interesting. Southwest state excos discuss Amotekun bills on Wednesday. Northern governors CNG clash over Operation Shege Kafasa. It also says right beside the masthead there, federal government's lukewarm attitude fueling insecurity, CAN alleges. It also says right at the top of the page there, pipeline vandalism rose by 94% in November, says NMPC. Buhari has failed to pilot Nigeria's affairs, say the Northern elders, and will no longer watch our people being slaughtered, according to Ohaneze. Moving to the bottom of the page here now, it says 6 worshippers die, 9 injured in Osun Road crash. It also says police hunt for OOU law graduates kidnappers. And I'll wrap with this. Lassa fever kills 4 in Kogi, 9 cases recorded. That's what we have on the cover of the Punch.
Yeah, let's take a look at this day with the headline, Northern governors reject regional security outfit, Shege Kafasa. Say name of outfit derogatory, abusive, and insist on community policing. And Southeast governors ask state assemblies to enact laws on joint security outfit, right? Federal government. Presidency, Northern Elders Forum lack credible membership. And NNPC records 16% increase in gas supply for power generation. And Rewane, coronavirus will hurt Nigeria-China trade. Nigeria others to raise $1 billion to fight insecurity. And finally, we've got a photo story on the cover of This Day this morning. And all for JKF at 55. That's the celebration of the governor of Ekiti State, yesterday during his 55th birthday. That's what we have on the cover of this day.
We have the Nation newspaper here as well. It says 2023 President, North's elders give conditions. NEF rates Buhari low on security, economy. Forum leadership, a paper tiger, says presidency. There's a photo story here, and right beside it, it says terrorism. ECOWAS to spend $1 billion. Nigeria, Canada, Thai, admirable. Nigeria, Canada, Thai, admirable. It says right at the top of the page here, House of Reps broke, according to spokesman. No cash to work with. CBN's cash policy mops up 855 billion naira from banks' vaults. Police quiz Nigeria Jaga Jaga crooner over rent. Singer and landlord clash. And I'll wrap with this. It says, man burns son's buttocks, fingers for stealing boiled fish. That's what we have on the cover of the Nation.
We've got The Guardian here with the headline, "You have failed to perform. Northern leaders tell Buhari." Ohaneze vows to protect Igbo amid pervasive insecurity. Southeast governors to name own security outfits soon. Yoruba group threatens secession over Miyetti Allah. ASU indicts federal government. Governors as gunmen abduct ABUX vice-chancellor's daughter. A few other stories here. Pipeline vandalism rises by 94% as rupturing occurs in 68 points. And experts highlight areas of urgent attention in constitutional review. 6 persons returning from pilgrimage die in Oshun crash. Well, that's a sad one there. And Firo DG lied about obtaining PhD from Benin Republic, says ICPC. Finally, how ECOWAS should spend anti-terrorism fund by president. That's what we've got on the cover of The Guardian.
We have time, I think, for the Nigerian Tribune. It says here, coronavirus. Why Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa must be vigilant, according to the WHO. 10 other African countries on priority list. Minister of Health inspects Lagos hospital, says Nigeria prepared. Coronavirus not in Lagos. Health Commissioner debunks rumor. At the top of the page there, it says presidency tackles NEF over claims Buhari has failed on security. It also says revenue, population growth, Nigeria's problem, not debt, according to minister. NLC warns federal government against borrowing 2 trillion naira from pension fund. And Buhari vows to resist the use of AU fund to subsidize UN. Okay, this is the one I'll take last. It says here on cocoa, or is it cacao? Cacao? I never get the pronunciation right of that. It says Ondo critical to non-oil export. Awolowo says here. And that's what we have on the cover of the Nigerian Tribune.
Yeah, let's squeeze in The Guardian this final few seconds. Why we're against Amotekun, Miyetti Allah says. And Akeredolu replies, your fears misplaced, absolutely unnecessary. A forum calls for withdrawal of hate speech bill, and that story is on page 8. And 3 killed, several injured as bandits attack Niger communities again. 6 die in auto crash on return journey from pilgrimage. And insecurity, Southeast to name joint security outfits soon, governors say. And blame federal government, state governors for rising insecurity, ASU says. And Imo Guba dispute, Ihedioha seeks fresh Supreme Court panel. Uzodinma prepares legal team. And finally, on the cover of the Vanguard this morning, we've got an interesting photo story. 2 presidents, one former and one present. President Muhammadu Buhari on the right and former President Olusegun Obasanjo at the 33rd AU Summit in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. And this was yesterday. And that's what we've got on the cover of the Vanguard.
And that's about all we can take on the headlines in the papers as of right now. We have a quick break coming up, and then we have the traffic update.
Thank you for staying tuned. It is time for Lagos Traffic Update on Wake Up Nigeria. We're about to give tips on the best routes for you this morning to get to your destination faster. Now, as always, we encourage that you help other road users by dropping relevant traffic situation reports on all our social media pages using the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. It's very important that you be a part of this morning because it does seem like there's traffic everywhere. And I'm not even kidding. As it is, it will take you about 2 hours to go from toll gates, that's motorways, to Obalende on that bridge. 2 whole hours. So if you're around toll gate right now, I regret to inform you that you might not reach your destination until sometime between 8:30 and 9 a.m. Okay, so it's not a good day for those who woke up late. It's definitely not. Your bosses are going to catch you out today. Let me tell you how it is. So if you're at toll gate right now, it's deceptively free. It's free flowing, and you say to yourself, what is Mary talking about? Until you are halfway to the bridge. That's the Ketu or Jota Bridge, depending on what you choose to call it. You see, from that bridge, the light traffic starts, and then all of a sudden, you're slammed with the gridlock. And that gridlock, ladies and gentlemen, will take you all, note the emphasis on all. It will take you all the way to Obalende, and I'm not kidding. So the traffic today starts from Ojota Bridge, just before you get to on the Ojota Bridge from Tollgate, and it will last till you get to Obalende. Though when you get off the bridge, the traffic becomes, light, but it will still be traffic till you get to Obalende. It is bad this morning. 2 hours from motorways, that's Tollgates, depending on what you call it, till you get to Obalende on that bridge. I'm really sorry about this. But hey, guys, do you have a minute-by-minute reports for me?
So everybody on social media, they're complaining.
I can imagine.
About the traffic. So I think it's like a surprise to everybody. It's just sudden, like you just come out. You thought you came out early at 5:15, and then just realized that people came out an hour before you.
People just came out with you. So everybody was just trying to be sharp.
Yeah,
everybody was trying to be fast.
Yeah, so 6:20. Taufik One Muse tweeting at Traffic NG, building up already from Owode Lede and Koshofe Ojota interchange. All those areas really, really tough. 6:24, standstill traffic outwards Ikorodu, inwards Irawo.
Yeah.
So and then he put a photograph there. So standstill there at 6:24. That's about 12 minutes ago, and
wow.
Yeah. So I have those two updates here, and Mangoro as well. Quite busy right now. I don't know if Titi has any.
I just see this one. It says brace up for it from Cement bus stop to Mangoro, going Ikeja along, and environment is seriously busy. Usual gridlock at Ilezik B1. It's just, it feels like everywhere is on lockdown. We're not sure why yet. There's usually sometimes one artery or one road that's just causing a gridlock around many different areas. And once we figure out what that particular issue is, maybe we'll be able to give you more information.
Well, even with the talk of traffic in that axis, it's really still isn't as bad as the toll gate to Obalende axis this morning. Not quite good either, because it will take you about an hour 35 minutes to get to Mushin bus stop if you're just setting out from Abule Egba bus stop this morning. So there is a lot of traffic on that axis as well, but not as bad as I expected even. Okay, so coming out from Abule Egba is free flowing, but it's deceptively so, because as you're approaching Ile-Epo bus stop, the gridlock literally hits you. But it's not for long. As soon as you're past the Ile-Epo bus stop, that's the bridge, that's the pedestrian bridge, rather. You pass it a bit, and then light traffic. So it eases out to light traffic, then it becomes free-flowing again. However, the place to look out for is Iyanokpaja as well. There is traffic there, and the gridlock will take you until you're past Iyanokpaja. So as you're approaching Iyanokpaja from Pleasure, all the way from Pleasure to Iyanokpaja, it's a gridlock. And then as soon as you're past Iyanokpaja, it's mostly free-flowing. Interestingly, there's just light traffic at Dokpemu, so that's nothing to worry about. But Once you are past Cement, the traffic starts. So I'm sorry to say that all the way from Cement, the gridlock continues until you're past National, just at that intersection for those heading towards the airport. It's free-flowing afterwards. The only other place to look out for is the arena. That's a Bolade axis of Oshodi. Afterwards, it's not so bad. You'll be fine, and I'm sure you get to your destination safe. Now, remember to drive carefully, be at alert, have consideration for other road users, and I'm sure you'll be just fine. I'll join the guys in the kitchen now. We have something to share with you. Yeah,
so just keep it gentle on the roads this morning. If you don't have to go out, look, just open your laptop and work from home.
Even your phone these days, you can get a lot done on your phones these days. You know,
anyway,
just sometimes.
So the Oscars were last night. I'm sure some people are still red-eye from the event, but yeah.
Just before we talk about the Oscars,
Oh yeah.
Let's so there's this promo that your big voiced actually.
Wow.
You probably must have heard it, you know. So it was talking about millions. We're like, can we really mean millions? Well, probably you can.
Yeah.
So, but max millions. And I saw on Friday I was going out and I saw some people with big checks.
Yeah.
You know when you see big check, you know you want something. So when you see those big checks,
Yeah.
you know you want something. You want something good.
Different levels of
Yeah.
and I like how they did it. It's a competition on Max FM 102.3,
Which is our radio station.
yeah, which is just beside us here. And so they leave it open. You answer questions, and at every point in time they ask you whether you want to cash in.
It's currently showing on TV. That's the
Yeah.
promo.
Okay.
Yeah. And now there's quite a bit of information going on every other hour.
Is there
the
audio
show.
on this?
I'm not sure yet.
But
But
this is actually what Yomi was talking about. The
Yeah.
winners, you can see
Yeah.
their big checks, which they received last Friday.
Yeah.
So it's
quite
called the
interesting.
Max Millions game. It's Nigeria's biggest radio game show giveaway. And it started about, let's say, 14 days ago. It's gotten about 10 winners so far. And the 10 winners were at Max FM last week to collect
It actually
their
started last Monday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
it's Monday to Friday, then this Monday as well to Friday. So everyone has an opportunity to.
yeah.
Beautiful.
So we're going to play the
Okay.
video once again, and just watch this.
Giving away
Yeah.
1 million naira in cash. Money. That's 1 million naira in cash.
If you wanna be a winner.
Hello there and a good day to you. My name is Shine Bell, a radio host right here with 102.3 Max FM, and I am super excited. Woohoo! You know why? Because our first set of 10 lucky winners have emerged from the Max Million Games, which we've been doing right here on 102.3 Max FM since this month of February. If you do not know, we've been giving out a share in 1 million naira. Oh my gosh. It's totally going to be exciting and you do not want to miss it. Now, I have my winners. They're going to be here with me real soon, and I'm going to be asking them how they feel about winning this amazing cash. And not just that, the most important thing is, what are they going to do with the money? That I want to know. So stick around and stay with me, because this is going to be a cool ride.
Win big with Max Millions, Nigeria's biggest ever radio giveaway. Max Millions.
Count the money.
Only on Max 102.3 Lagos.
So right now I have one of our winners, Grace Alifa. So how much did you win?
26,000.
26,000 naira. How did you feel when you picked up your phone and said, you know what, I'm going to call Max FM right now. I must win part of this money. How did you feel?
I felt so sure that I would win.
So what are you going to do with the money?
I intend on learning a trade kitchen because I like to bake.
Hey, let's
I
go.
want 26,000 there.
Yeah.
Max Millions.
So right now I've got the one and only Kenneth Ekanem right here with me, and he is also one of our winners from the Max Million game show right here on 102.3 Max FM. So he's got his own share of the millions, and I'm talking about a whooping 31,000 naira. Woohoo. So what are you going to do with the money?
First of all, I will send it to my mom first of all, because my mom is village, so
Oh,
I need to send
I
her
like that. That's so
I
cute.
really appreciate you guys.
Max Millions.
Count the money.
Only on Max 102.3 Lagos.
All right now I've got the one and only Gabriel, and also he's one of our winners So what are you going to be doing with your share of the money?
I use it to buy a lot of radios so that I can be listening to me.
He's going to buy loads of radios so that he can listen to 102.3 Max FM, and I think that is totally cool if you ask me.
Big up to Massive FM. There's no other FM like Massive in the heart of Lagos. I love you guys.
Win big with Max Million, Nigeria's biggest ever radio giveaway. Max Millions. Only on Max 102.3 Lagos.
So you guys, you know
Very
I'm part
nice.
of the Max FM family. So I want our Wake Up Nigeria viewers to watch. So I'll just give you guys tips. Number one,
Well,
wait,
give them tips,
the
give them
money
tips.
is going higher this week. So you don't want to miss out.
I like that.
You
I like
can hear
that.
30,000, 20,000. This week is going to be
So,
massive.
so are we allowed to play?
You are not, of course not. Then number two, let me tell you what to do. Listen carefully. There's one song of the day. It's usually announced by the OAP, so don't worry. Just listen carefully for that song. As soon as that song starts playing, start calling. The 10th caller is the person whose call will be received. And the moment it's hello, you start listening. You see, the highest amount you hear, don't wait too long, it's greed, because sometimes you might be hearing 50,000, then you hear 60, you think, 80 is coming, it's a lie, it's 5,000 next. And that's how you will miss it. So just, the moment your mind tells you, pick this one, just take it, okay? And then you just win something good for yourself.
So you should try and get your share of ₦1 million.
So it's very nice. I mean,
Try
so
and get
why
your share.
bother go out this morning?
Just stay.
Just sit
You
down.
can just earn that money.
1 million.
You can just earn that money free of charge instead of going out and stressing yourself with the traffic.
80,000.
Stay home, watch Max
50,000.
FM, listen to Max FM, and tune into participate in Max.
102.3 Max FM. That's the FM dial. You don't want to miss it, believe me. And it runs all through the day. The breakfast show, the midday show, that's Max Hits, and then of course on waiting day. Those three shows, listen. Here.
Stick around. We'll be right back.
Let's take a look at updates in the tech world. Now, I have something quite interesting for you. If you are someone who is conversant with Microsoft Office, you can make music. Now, late last year, electronic musician and YouTuber Dylan Chief made a functional drum machine in Microsoft Excel after a bunch of Excel DAW memes made their way around social media. Now, Tall Chief is back with an even more ambitious project that fully realizes the original meme's potential. An Excel DAW he calls XL Studio. Now, for those outside the audio world, DAW stands for Digital Audio Workstation DAW, and is a software suite like Ableton or Fruity Loop Studio, which is used for making music. Now, Tall Chief walks through XL Studio's features with the cover of Aha's Take On Me, using patches that sound like they were designed by an early 90s Japanese sound card company. It's surprisingly robust. Now, there's a transport section with playback controls, a looping function, the ability to solo and mute tracks, and global settings that assign the tracks BPM, that's beats per minute. Now, legato swing and output routing. Let's take a listen to what it sounds like to make music on your Excel sheet. Okay, I was about to... it's something quite new. That means that in the Excel environment, with that development within that environment, you can actually make music via your Excel worksheet. Now, that's quite a cool one there. Now, problems have beset Boeing, and that had to do with the 737 MAX 2 crashes between the space of a year. But then they've discovered another software problem on the 737 MAX that will have to be fixed before the airplane returns to the skies. Bloomberg reported on Thursday, that's last week, that it's at least the third different software problem that has been discovered since the plane was grounded in March of last year, following a pair of fatal crashes that claimed the lives of 346 people. The new issue apparently has to do with the warning light that helps tell pilots when The trim system, a part of a plane that can lift or lower the nose, isn't working. Now, Federal Aviation Administration head Steve Dixon said during a talk in London last week Thursday that the light was staying on for longer than a desired period, according to Bloomberg. Boeing and FAA have previously disclosed 2 other glitches that were discovered during the top-to-bottom review of the plane. In January, Boeing announced that it found a problem in the startup process of the plane's flight computers, which was serious enough for the company and the FAA to delay a key test flight. That followed the previous flaw in the flight computer discovered last June that the FAA said could cause the plane to dive in a way that pilots had difficulty recovering from in simulator tests. It just goes to show a number of people would not fly a plane if it's the 737 MAX. They need to fix that plane or revert to the former. And moving on from that, Instagram will now show you who you interact with least frequently. That's talking about the app. That's talking about the app. Now they can show you that, and in case you want to, relate with somebody, to unfollow somebody or not to follow. Now all of this is done in an effort to help you keep your feed clean and relevant. Now Instagram is launching following categories that divides the list of who you follow into batches, including most seen in feed and least interacted with. Now that way, if someone annoying or boring is overwhelming your feed, or there's someone whose content you've proven to not be interested in, you can easily remove them. Time to ask, of course, those T and PT follows. Now to access that feature, you have to go to your profile, then following, and then you see the categories you can explore. You're also able to sort who you follow by earliest to latest and vice versa. Now, in case you want to clear out your earliest ads or make sure you actually care about the latest people you followed. That's all on tech. This morning, you know how it is on Monday morning. We'll kick off with a performance coming right up.
It's time for some music, people. Wake Up Nigeria is all about the music, especially on a Monday morning when you just need that boost. And to boost us this morning, we have Lawrence Egede, known by his stage name, Colon. Now, he's an Afrobeat artist. His career started quite a while back while he was serving. Around December 2019, he released his debut album. And this morning, he's about to perform his new track. Yeah. Now, the name of that track is?
Joe.
Joe.
Yeah.
As in to dance, right?
Yes, Joe. Joe.
Okay.
Joe.
Hey, okay. All right. So on Monday morning, we need some of that boost. Are you ready to give us? Yeah?
You wake up from your slumber, wake up from your sleep.
Okay.
Wake up from the weekend hangover.
Okay. All right.
Just energize your spirit.
When did you decide to put this song together?
Actually, this song was put together December, but I didn't put it out because of the album launch project, which had to drop 13 songs. So I said, okay, this year is gonna be a very new year.
Yeah, fresh.
Fresh, yeah. So coming out with something very, very massive.
Okay, so a lot of artists have other artists that they look up to. Do you have a list of artists that have sort of influenced your music?
Yes, I have lots. Some are dead and some are still alive anyway. Like the great Fela Kuti for his Afrobeats, kind of influenced me a lot because I listened to him more. And Bob Marley, may his soul rest in peace. Yeah, lyrically, reggae-wise, influenced me too. Then R. Kelly, R&B-wise. Then Two-Face, let's come down to Nigeria.
Boys, you're calling.
I'm telling you, actually, music is live. Without music, I don't think the world would be interesting. Imagine this whole place, without sound.
Yeah. All right.
It would be boring.
Right.
So.
Okay. So we've had a little bit of a peep into Colon's mind when it comes to music. Now we'll get to feel some of that music. Oh, yeah. So Colon is here to perform. Joe.
Joe.
Take it away.
You want from me? Oh, your body they calling me. Yaga yaga, it make me totally yo. Yaga yaga, ogono feli feli bi amala toji no gong. Ogono feli feli bi amala toji no gong.
Well, it's the second hour of your premium breakfast television show. The number one.
Yeah, of course.
Number
single.
one. We're number one.
Nobody's contesting. Don't worry.
Nobody comes close.
Nope. Why? Because we're just the best.
Yeah.
And thanks so much for joining us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, because of its hard casing, the shell is a protective image, protecting life. And of course, it symbolizes the protective quality, love.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that a symbol? Is that one of our totems today? Shell. A shell. All right, so like many other symbols of love, shells have become associated with protectiveness of love. It's a cover. So it's more like, it feels more like fatherly love to me.
Oh, a protective
like
shell.
a protective covering over.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you all know that Valentine's Day is a few days away. Now, I have a challenge though, Yomi.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and wear a red outfit every single day for this week. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to try and make
I'm
it
not
happen.
even going to try and keep up with you.
I don't know. I'm just giving you a heads up.
Okay, so let's watch out for Titi's five red dresses this week. 5 red dresses this week. So maybe all together they'll form one of our love totems or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Titi's red dress. Love totem for this week. So one of our love totems is a shell today, and then Titi's red dress.
What better time to find love than during this season? Now, if you haven't heard, we're offering you, yes, you, the chance to meet someone special this Valentine's Day.
It's going to be through a blind date, and you could just meet your soulmate. I like that. That rhymed.
Yeah, of course.
Through a blind date, you could meet your soulmate. So that's possible.
So what do you have to do? You need to send in your name, your location, age, and a picture of you. Of course, a very nice picture of you. And you need to mention 3 love totems or symbols that we've shared on the show. So throughout last week, we had love totems here and there. Hopefully you were watching. You can also check it out on YouTube.
Yeah, so you can send it to us as a DM. With your photograph and all the details that were requested. But you can also send in comments on what you think about what we're doing. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
Yes, my name is Titilayo Oyinson.
And I'm Yomi Opa. We are also streaming live right now at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
We also have an amazing app available for download at the Android and iOS store. So with this app, you can watch Wake Up Nigeria and so many other great TVC programs throughout the day.
Of course, you know, what is Wake Up Nigeria without breakfast, right?
Yeah.
Something special is happening in the kitchen already. And Chef Hawa is there with
Mike. It's Mike. Mike is going to be wearing an apron today. Wow.
Yeah. So, what are we doing this morning?
We're making rice and peas.
Okay. Rice and?
Peas.
And
peas.
Is peas, not beans, eh?
Peas, yeah.
Oh, wow. And then we also have chicken wings there.
Yeah, curry chicken wings.
Good. So today is going to be...
it looks like a nice spread.
Rice and peas.
Rice and peas.
Yeah, this hails from, I think...
I thought that was beans.
It's peas, right? Am I right, Chef?
Yeah, it's called peas.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So now, that's from West Indian, Jamaican...
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
Yeah, rice
Cool.
and peas.
Rice and peas. Rice and... We're going to have some rice and peas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one is rice and honey. Rice and honey apparently is a really great one in the islands.
Okay.
But we'll be talking about that another day. Something else we have on the show for you this morning. We go down memory lane on This Week in History.
Right after that, talented Afro-pop artist Sake Solo will be joining us for a musical performance.
For the right amount of Monday motivation, you need to keep your success journey going. Stick around. We have Tunji Babajide talking about the societal effects of stigmatization.
Auto Sparkle waterless car interior detailing will be showing us a few things we need to know on the cleaning of the inside of our vehicles.
And finally, on SME, Matthew Kayode, the MD CEO of Carmack Global Ventures, will be here to share some of the common challenges young entrepreneurs face when starting out. Okay. All right, beautiful. Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful.
We're going to talk about the Oscars earlier. Unfortunately, there wasn't enough time.
And there's still not enough time right now. It just looks like maybe we'll just wait until entertainment news tomorrow or Wednesday.
But though we must mention the big shocker, that Parasite that just like a parasite.
So there is
took
a
over.
movie. For those that don't understand what she's
awards.
talking about, there's a movie that hails from where is it? Singapore?
No, South Korea.
South Korea. And it's a foreign language film, and it's carried the big four.
Not just that, the first time a Korean movie will be nominated for the Oscar, not only won Best Picture, first time a foreign film will be winning it, but also picked up 3 other awards, making a total of 4.
I love it because
Amazing.
it opens up opportunities.
Yes.
Boundless opportunities for foreign films, foreign language films. So now it's open for all, so people can.
Honestly, I'm beginning to see a Tunde Kelani or Anna Folayan winning one of these because most of the storylines when you come to South Korean movies are almost the same.
Yeah,
they're almost the same.
So it's going to be excellent. Anyway, I do have to take the news now, and the Ejigbo area of Lagos is still mourning the murder or the alleged murder of a lawyer, Clement Okide, and his wife Toyin by the 23-year-old son Michael Okide. Senior correspondent Ivy Kano visited the area and spoke with some of the eyewitnesses of this incident.
It's a Sunday and the short street seemed to be deserted. The few persons who spoke with us off camera described the incident as a sacrilege. This is number 6 Akim by the Mossy Street, the home of the Akides, where the sad incident occurred. And by the look of things, the building has been sealed off by the police since it's a crime scene area. But we didn't come this far to give up, so we finally got lucky with an eyewitness who would rather we hid his identity. He said the couple were peace-loving and didn't deserve to be killed by their son, whom they loved so much.
We called the DPO because we couldn't reach Baba on phone. When the police came, we entered and found the dead bodies. Since then, we've been looking for Michael.
But were there signs that the 23-year-old Michael was capable of such?
They only had normal friction between parents and children. Sometimes just arguments between the father and Michael, and he will later apologize to his father.
Meanwhile, the Lagos Police Command says a manhunt has been launched for the fleeing suspect and has asked anyone with useful information that could lead to his arrest to come forward with such information. Ivy Kano, TVC News, Lagos.
Sad one there. Now, security has also been the crux of discussion at the ongoing AU summit in Addis Ababa as African leaders inaugurated the headquarters of the Committee of Intelligence and Security Services. They believe this will intensify security cooperation on the continent. The chairperson of CISA and Director General of National Intelligence Agency of Nigeria, Ahmed Rufai Abubakar, described the building which was donated by the Republic of Equatorial Guinea as a product of vision and African solidarity. Mr. Abubakar says with this move, the countries will further intensify the collective tasks of making Africa safe and stable. Now, President Muhammadu Buhari is meeting with other heads of state at the AU summit in Ethiopia's capital. The president met with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau on the sidelines of the summit. He underscored the warm and friendly relations between both countries, stressing that Canada is a choice of higher education by Nigerian students. In his remarks, the Canadian Prime Minister described President Buhari as a leader in Africa. He added that it was a pleasure to engage on regional and international issues. Now, the Australian city of Sydney has been hit by its heaviest rains in 30 years, bringing flooding and travel chaos chaos and forcing thousands from their homes. The state weather agency said 391.6 millimeters of rain had fallen in the past 4 days and warned of potentially life-threatening flash floods. About 100,000 homes have also been left without power. But the rains have put out 2 of the biggest bushfires, which have torn through New South Wales in the past months. There are still 31 fires burning in New South Wales, but none are considered an immediate danger at present. Well, that's it, the news for this hour.
Good morning, and Chef Omi is in the house, and we're getting the, what do you call it now? Rice and peas and chicken, what now?
Curry.
Chicken
Wings.
Chicken wings.
Yeah.
That's our menu this morning. We'll get to see the ingredients very soon, but hey, let's just run them through what we have here, what we're using, what we're working with this morning.
Okay, so I'm making rice and peas, inspired by the popular Jamaican dish. Yeah,
Okay.
the rice and peas.
Okay.
Well, I'm adding a little twist to it.
So this is Jamaican food, right, in this morning?
Exactly.
Oh, wow. That's nice. All right, so what are we working? What are the ingredients?
Curry,
Okay.
sesame curry from Turari.
Okay.
Then long grain rice.
Okay.
Red kidney beans.
Okay.
Chicken wings.
Okay.
That will be marinated with that curry. Black
wow.
pepper.
Okay.
Then scallions, garlic, onions.
Then
Then
what's that thing? I like
this is my signature tropical sauce.
Oh,
that will be
okay. So
served
you're adding your own twist to it also, right?
Yeah.
There was this thing that was looking like a genie also.
That's coconut milk, fresh coconut milk.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I made it myself.
You made it yourself?
Yep.
Oh, wow. This is cool. So this is homemade coconut milk. This is nice. All right. So what else is this?
Yeah, so this pink Himalayan sea salt. Then black pepper.
I'm bringing things I've never
Okay,
seen
salt. Salt.
Okay. All right.
Then cayenne pepper, paprika, bay leaf, and star anise.
Yeah, this too is tea pepper.
But they're different kinds of pepper.
I like that. Okay, so let's now. Now, just before they came on, we already started mixing this. What do we have inside the chicken wings?
So I will be baking the chicken wings with curry by the Turari spice range. Then salt, pink Himalayan salt, a bit of vegetable oil.
Okay.
That's just it.
That's it.
And
Okay,
salt,
so,
yeah.
All right. So what are you grinding now?
So this black pepper.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I love. So you're getting everything fresh and natural and all that, putting it all together. All right. Okay. So we have our water. Is our water boiling?
No, not water. Just an empty pot.
Just an empty pot.
Yeah.
Why? And it's boiling like that. Why so?
Well, I just wanted the liquid in it to dry out.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
And do you have any special reason why you use this type of pot?
Because it helps me retain flavor. Yeah.
So those other pots, they take away flavor or what?
I don't know, but this works better for me.
Okay, so we're starting with what now? The onions and the
vegetable oil first.
Okay.
Then I'll be tossing my onions, my garlic, and my scallions.
Oh, wow. So this pot is for the rice, yeah?
Yeah, everything goes in here. It's a one-pot dish here.
We're starting with this one?
Yep.
This system, I'll try out this system. Okay, that's good. Yeah. That's good. That's good.
At this point, I'll be tossing in my Scotch bonnet.
Okay.
Into it whole.
Just like that?
Yeah. Because I don't want it too hot. It's just the flavors I want to go into it.
Okay. All right, so while we're putting this together and we're working on this, okay, the other things that will come in, we'll get to show you all of that, but the beans is, the pea coming.
Yeah,
all right.
This has been soaking for some hours.
Okay, you'll soak for some hours?
Yeah, overnight preferably.
Okay, good.
And you're going to pour it in all of the water too. That you use
Okay, good. All right, so while we do all of this, we'll take this short break. We will be right back. There's still much more to show you here. Okay, good. So we just had to wait so that you get to see this. This is wonderful. This kind of, what's this pot made of?
Clay.
Clay. Yeah. Okay, so it's good for baking and all that. Yeah. So this is going into the oven. But let's show them what we have here just before we get this into the oven. Let's show them what we have here. So we had all the beans and all of that. Oh wow! I love the way the steam just comes out and all of that. Okay, so this is getting to the oven. Hopefully our oven is hot enough. So what part of it is it going to?
Just leave it there.
This one is good, eh? Okay.
Okay.
That's okay. Yeah, okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
So it's getting there. Getting there. All right, so why do we carve this out?
I'll be serving the meal in the pepper.
And you made mention that it's sweet, so it's not like
pepper.
it's not.
No
You can. There's no spice in it.
Yes, I'm just going to toast it, roast it in the oven.
So this is just big for nothing. So those smaller peppers are the ones.
Don't talk about my peppers like that.
No. So you say sweet peppers. Not like this one is big. If you taste it, you will not be. You know. So this is just big for nothing. We should be calling this pepper.
Then what should you call it?
You should call it something else. Flavor or
what
something.
What about the seeds in it?
Because the acid does not mean that it's with pepper. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so while we have everything set, how long do we wait for this to boil for?
About 10-15.
10-15 minutes.
Yeah, I would rinse the rice.
Okay, but you made mention that you marinated. Okay, but just before we go on, you're seeing the ingredients right there, and we have our sea salt, scallions, vegetable oil, sesame curry mix, red kidney beans, red scotch bonnet, garlic, onions, allspice, fresh thyme, long grain rice, and fresh coconut milk, which is in this thing that looks like a genie. And for the sesame chicken wings with sesame rice and peas and Omi's tropical sauce. That's it in that
bowl.
That bowl that looks
bowl.
like very, very packaged. I love the way you put stuff together. And coconut oil.
Milk.
Coconut milk, pardon me. Oh wow, this looks this really looks something. I mean,
thank you.
I love the way it's adorned and all of that. Okay, so yeah, that's it. That's all that we have, and of course our turari sauce, curry. Yeah. Okay. So we're waiting for this. You said how long? Now you made mention that you marinated the beans ahead. Talk to us about that.
I didn't say marinate.
Okay.
I soaked it in water.
You soaked in water for how long?
Overnight.
Overnight? Why?
Yeah.
Just normal water or hot water?
No, just normal water to make it a bit tender.
Oh, well, wouldn't heat have done that? Like, if you boil it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it will, but it would soften naturally before you finish it up in the oven.
So, is there anything that natural process of softening does to the meal?
Not specifically. It's preference, cooking methods.
Okay, cooking method. Okay, over the night, I won't take up quite long. Okay, so while our chicken is still here, how long should this stay for? How long will this go for?
30 minutes.
30 minutes, okay, to make sure that it gets all well. Yeah. Okay, all right, we're doing all of this, we're putting all of this together, and our rice is the final thing that gets done. Our rice is the final thing. All right, okay, we're still here getting all of this together. We'll take this short break now. Don't go nowhere, we still have more to come.
Welcome back. It's time for our SME series, like we do every single Monday. And Comet Global Ventures is a cleaning service company with a difference. Here on the couch to join us to talk about this company and how they started is the CEO of the company, Matthew Coyote. Now, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. So Comet Global Ventures, talk to us about this company.
Good morning. My name is Coyote Matthew, Comet Global Ventures, CEO or MD. It's my pleasure to be here, basically. First of all, I want to say thank you for the opportunity to be here this morning to talk about.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. Yeah. So basically, Comet Global Ventures, we are into cleaning service. We are into post-construction cleaning, renovation cleaning, window cleaning, janitorial cleaning. We do estate cleaning.
So talk to us about when the company started. How long ago did the company start?
Okay, if I'm to talk about when Comet Global Ventures started, at first we started with Comet Cleaning Services. So one or two things happened. That was the reason why we needed to change the name to Comet Global Ventures. And
so when did you start?
We started 2018 precisely.
Okay, so about 2 years now.
About 2 years. Although it was 2017, but let me say 2 years straight down, we've been on it.
Okay. So you started, and this were you working with a cleaning services company before you started, or it was just something that you started as from scratch?
No. Passion drives me to this. I haven't worked with any cleaning company before.
So it was just something that you looked at and you thought, okay, I'm passionate about this thing.
Yes.
Let me try it. And
although basically I was once working with a real estate firm.
Okay.
And when I was with them, we recruit cleaners for some houses that what's it called, our clients to acquire them. So from there, I just discovered that, okay, I can start up this business.
Right.
Because I was the senior estate manager, agent then in the real estate firm in Shodendi and Associates. So I was the senior estate officer there. So from time I discovered that, okay, I'm the only one recruiting cleaners for these houses that maybe any house that we have our clients, they say, okay, can you get us a cleaner that can be cleaning the environment for us and all that. So I discovered that, okay, I can start up this thing. And that's the way we started.
So you started this, and I mean, it was almost like, okay, you struck on this idea, and you then decided, okay, you know what, I'm gonna push on and do this.
Yes.
Now, one of the biggest fears that people have when they're about to start their business is, how do I give up paid employment, like a salary job where I'm guaranteed a certain amount at the end of every month, and then move on to something else that is not guaranteed. Like it's almost like going in and hoping that things work out. So how did you do that? How did you conquer that fear?
Although, let me say, thanks to my mentor, basically, and also, when I started Kamas Global Ventures, I started with 0 naira in my account. It wasn't easy, but I started. I actually work with the power of start, because every business idea is an idea. So it just depends on how you exploit your business potential, basically. That's it. It wasn't easy. All I do was that I just need to call 1 or 2 of my friends together, and I let them know that, okay, this is it. This is the vision I have. What do you think about this? And they said, okay, let's try this. And we started.
Wow. So one of the things that I know also happens, or a lot of entrepreneurs have said when they started their business, is that they had to be very involved in the whole process. Now, I know that you used to recruit cleaners for your clients, but when you then started the business, was there any time where you had to roll up your sleeves and actually do some cleaning, or to train the staff on how to do the work?
Till tomorrow, I still do that. I roll up my sleeve actually every day, because, you know, by the time you want to, you want the effectiveness of your workers, you need to show them how it works. You need to show them how it works, because I discovered that it's not only training. Fine, I train, I recruit, I train, and we supply. You understand? Because one of the vision we have for Kamat is that we want to be a cleaner's bank. Do you understand? And not just be a cleaner's bank alone. I actually want to run a cleaning school. You understand? So that's just the way it is. Because during training, I let you understand that, okay, this is how it works. There's no boss anywhere. There's no boss anywhere. Cleaning is passion. There's something when we are talking about, okay, what you are made up of and what you have passion for is a 2 different things.
I wanted to ask that, come from that angle as well, because sometimes people look down on cleaners and look down on cleaning jobs like it's manual labor, and they ask themselves, why should I do this kind of a thing? Well, now you're coming from the angle of passion, and the fact that if I'm passionate about it, it's something that I would do anyway. So talk to us about the kind of people you look for. So if somebody approaches you that I'm looking for a job, or I want to be a part of your organization, what are the things you'll be looking for to see whether this is somebody that you can take on and mentor and also train?
First of all, I look at you and ask you some questions that, okay, did you just want to do this job because you want to earn money? Or you want to do it because you want to show your ability that you can do this thing? Do you understand? One thing that drives me most is that I don't work to show that, okay, I want to earn money. I work to show that I have the ability to do that which is committed to my hands to do. That's one thing. So that's part of the thing I look at. And at times I discover that, okay, it's not everybody that I will have to look like that, okay, this person, he might probably have the ability to work, but he doesn't have the passion for the job you want to take. And maybe the second person may, okay, I have the passion and I want to do this. Because I've employed a couple of people that, okay, I discover that some of them, they have passion, some of them, they don't have passion. They just want to do it because, okay, I want to earn some money. When I interview them, you hear them say, I want to do it so that I can earn money to go back to school. And I tell them, you going back to school is not because you don't have money. It's subject to your decision. And you coming to work is not because you want to earn money. It's because you want to earn experience. That's one thing.
So these are very instructive. I'm sure for people who are watching now and they're saying to themselves, okay, I'm being schooled, as it were, in the right way of thinking. But what would you like to say to people who look down on this kind of business or this kind of job, for instance? So I have this job where I wear coveralls and I'm mopping or I'm cleaning and doing stuff like that, and I don't have enough respect, maybe from my peers. What do you have to say to people like that who they have a passion for this, but they don't feel like they would have respect if they did it?
As I've said earlier, I said passion is part of the thing. Do you understand? As for me, I do go to my client's office most time and show them that we supplying you cleaners. It's not that maybe we don't know how to do this thing. There are some MDs that they don't know how to do the job they are employing one for. I don't know if you get me. So you need to show it that, okay, I can do this thing. Not that I'm employing you alone. I can do it. And that's the reason why I have to go to employ you. Do you understand? And as for people that they think that, okay, cleaning business is not a nice job. To me, it's a nice job. The reason why I said I want to have a cleaning school, it's because I want to train up people that will believe that, okay, I can wear my suit jacket that, okay, I'm going to my office. You too can be proud of your job. Because by the time you're earning like 50, 60, 100K as a cleaner, you should be proud of your job. That's one thing. You should be proud of the job. And mind you, there are some people sitting in the office there. There are some people sitting in the office and they are not even earning
as much as
what
a cleaner would earn.
I have cleaners that they are paying 35K. And I have the ones for 25K. I have the one for 15K. That's the lowest I do, which I'm trying to graduate from that now. I don't want to, because the level at which I want to go now this year and in a couple of years to come now, I want to make sure that, okay, cleaning business in Nigeria, it's business that it's a job that people are dreaming of. That's one thing. I actually want to train people. That's my passion. And I also want to minimize the youth on the street that have become a number statisticians because they want to go and play Luto and all that.
Wow, you're amazing. And you're also a man of vision. And we really appreciate you joining us this morning to talk to us about some of these issues and, of course, your business as well. Thank you so much for joining us. And wish you all the best in the year 2020.
Thank you.
Mr. Matthew Kayode there of this special cleaning company.
Thank you.
We're going to be back after this break. Stay. It's a surprise.
It's a surprise.
It's a surprise.
Of course, you definitely can't say it out here on air, right?
Okay. No, I can't.
All right, but let's see. Let's look at, while we're working towards our Valentine, remember that promo came up. Get your entries in and you could be part of that lucky date. Let's look at Oscars. Joaquin Phoenix is trending. Oscars 2020 trending. Let's take a look at Oscars. No, we're talking about Parasite, of course, which broke records. 4 major awards: Best Picture, Best Director, Best Original Screenplay. What's the 4th one now? Can't remember now, but yeah. Those two, the big ones, 2 of the biggest for Best Director and, of course, Best Picture. Now, that's it. Best Picture.
So best, of course, best director and best picture are usually the biggest of the night. And
that's it. So yeah, so best director, best picture, best original screenplay, and best international feature, which was the segment which we would have been, or the category Lionheart would have been if we had gotten past that nomination.
Yeah.
Okay, so good. Of course, yeah, that's it. That's it. Parasite. That's the movie there. The film by director Bong Joon-ho. It's massive. It's the first South Korean movie ever to be nominated. So that's even a big one. The nomination alone was big enough. And then to go up ahead and pick up all those awards, that is quite major. Joaquin Phoenix, of course, Yomi, Titi, we expected Joaquin Phoenix, and he picked it.
Yeah.
No surprises there, right?
Best actor. I mean, his speech was an emotional speech. His voice broke at some point. I'm not sure the tears flowed, but, you know, he was obviously quite emotional. I thought that it was really, really good. Very strong speech, impassioned speech, talking about allowing people to bounce back, and also thanking people for giving him a second chance, because he had been a difficult person to work with at different times. So I thought it was.
You know, he was also nominated for Gladiator back in the day. He was also nominated for that, and then he was, you know, since Heath Ledger also was nominated, so he's the second person to be nominated for that role and win. You know, as the Joker.
Okay, so something I want to mention now. We can see this is from this is an amateur view, of course. This is when Parasite was picked up or was called up for that award. And look at them. This is a purely full South Korean and foreign cast, so it was quite a big one. Like you can see here, this was when they were announced, and all of them jumping, getting happy. If you've not seen that movie, you should definitely go check out Parasite. Now that he has won all those awards, there's definitely going to be people who would want to go check out Parasite. So that's it. That's Parasite. When they picked up the award, the director.
There'll also be lots of people who would want to work with that director as well, because they did a very good job with that film.
Okay, so now, yesterday, just before the Oscars, I saw Dark Knight yesterday. Dark Knight is an absolutely superb movie. Really, let's put it in perspective, Yomi. Joaquin Phoenix, Heath Ledger. There will always be comparisons. That's what life is all about. And because they played the same role, two of the most iconic. There have been over 26 Jokers. Many people have played Joker, but these guys, the best they're called the best two. Heath Ledger, of course, picked the posthumous award for his role there. Yeah. Of course, he did pick that award. What do you think about these two? Who do you think played the Joker better? Even though they came to that character from different perspectives. Yeah. Who do you think played it better?
Different perspectives. I think Joaquin Phoenix was darker. So he gave it a kind of thriller feel to it. Heath Ledger was a little more laid back and chill. You know, because Joker also, you remember that Joker also has this comedic aspects to it. If you remember Joker from the 90s. So there was a little bit of comedy. Remember Jim Carrey and all these guys who just gives it just a little bit, a different twist to it. But Joaquin Phoenix was dark. But
they also highlighted the issue of mental illness in this particular, the newer Joker. And to show that him laughing all the time, him cackling all the time, wasn't actually just because he wanted to laugh. Somehow it was actually a part of him that he could not control.
All right, that's all we can take on our social media trends this morning. All right, we'll take a break now. When we get back, it's our auto segment. Of course, we're going to be looking at some detailing with engines. You don't want to miss this one. We'll be right back after this break.
Thank you for staying tuned. It is time for the auto segment on Wake Up Nigeria. And today we have Genesis Onomiwo of Auto Sparkles. And he's going to be showing us something really interesting. It's quite different from the stuff we're used to. Today, Genesis will be teaching us how to clean our engine, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so tell us about it.
All right, so first of all, we need to know that,
let's move closer. Okay.
What the engine is, to a lot of people, is a very big component, but in reality it's just a machine that converts energy into motion. And it's a very sensitive component of the car. Any little damage to the engine could mean the end of the car. So you need to be very careful. Generally the car is not supposed to be compatible with too much water. So it's one of the reasons we evolved the method of cleaning the car engine without using water.
Okay, so this isn't water that is being sprayed?
It's not water at all.
Oh, okay.
It's going to clean the engine and turn it to brand new without causing any form of damage.
I'm seeing signs already. Take a look at this. Look at the difference.
Exactly.
Okay, so when you clean it, you start with the bonnet itself?
You start with the bonnet because it's part of the engine. This is the cover. You realize that there are dirts from the engine that are stuck to the roof, the inner roof of the cover of the engine.
Okay, okay. Okay, so what is happening here? Just the cleaning of the bonnet first?
Exactly.
Okay.
So from cleaning the bonnet, they will go to cleaning the surface of the engine.
Okay.
So generally you have two types of dirts that
Okay.
you find on the engine surface.
Okay.
You have the dirt that comes from dust, which is
Okay.
what we're seeing now, which is the predominant form of dirt.
So this is actually dust?
This is dust.
Okay.
And then the other one that is a bit more disturbing is when you have leaks from coolants or leaks from oil. You know,
Okay.
that
Is
will
there any here?
warrant in the course of you can't find it on the bonnet.
It doesn't
on
steam
the
up.
cover. You
Okay.
find it in the engine itself.
Okay, this looks good already. Almost
I'm
looking
telling
brand
you,
new.
it's going to be looking very clean by the time they are done. And of course, the
Okay.
result is coming out already.
Okay, so we start from the top.
From the top.
Okay, because of time, I think we should go down now.
Go down and
Okay,
just
so maybe the
touch
top
the
will
surface.
be finished later.
Yes.
Okay, so let's take a look at what is going to happen down there. It's the same process.
It's the same process basically.
Okay, okay.
You take off the dust. It's important to know that cleaning the engine is supposed to be a surficial operation.
Okay.
Because if you're trying to tamper with the components of the engine, you run the risk of damaging important parts.
Okay.
You have the alternator, you have
Okay.
different parts of the engine that you should ordinarily not tamper with so that
Okay.
you don't cause a damage.
Okay, okay. So this liquid is what's going to be used. But can you tell us what's in the liquid? What is it composed of?
Actually, it's a biodegradable component that we
Okay.
do not reveal because it's our trade secret.
Oh,
But
okay.
it brings out the job just well, and
Okay.
then it also protects the engine.
And you say it has nothing to do with water.
It has nothing to do with water.
But just look at that. My gosh. I'm like, that already looks brand new.
It's
just
amazing.
using
It's the kind of result we get.
Okay, so the tools you make use of, I see brushes.
Brushes, yes.
Toothbrushes.
Yes.
And okay, so that's how they're made use of.
Exactly.
The toothbrushes for corners.
Exactly, for corners, for
Okay.
hard to reach places that your hands can't get to.
Okay.
They help you to get the dust off, and then you use the towel to take off the dirt. So the
Oh.
towel lifts the dirt without actually interfering with the surface
Okay.
of the material.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, you're left with a very clean surface
Okay.
that keeps the engine looking new.
Now, you know what they say about biodegradable components and all that. Sometimes you say, oh, they're natural components,
Yes.
but over time it might have a negative impact or effect on the vehicle.
Okay.
This has no
It
such
has
impact.
no such effect because we've been doing this for years, and we've monitored the outcomes of our operation over time, and there has never been a negative complaint or a negative outcome.
So I am tempted to do this.
You
I
want
just
to
want to be
touch?
sure.
Yes.
And it's
You
already
won't find
dry. It
anything.
dries quickly too.
It's the way it works.
wow.
It's kind of difficult to explain to the ordinary human because people think it's magic, but it is what it is. It's what you're seeing. It works in such a way that the formulations have been put into the solution to help remove the dirt and the dust without leaving any dirt or any stain on the surface of the
Now,
material.
Genesis, I see them using gloves. I know
Yes.
quite well that as an auto mechanic, hands have to be protected and
Yes.
all. But on average, most people in Nigeria, it's unethical, but most of our mechanics don't really protect their hands. Now, does it mean that the chemicals involved in this, if an average mechanic puts his hand in, it might cause maybe blisters or stuff on his hands?
Well, it's like I told you, these are not chemicals, these are biodegradable substances. And then this is just a matter of ethics. Using gloves is part of the uniform, it's part of the attire of the detailer. So it's not particularly about damaging their hands because this is a dirty component, the engine. So there are germs, there are dirts that would possibly stick to their hands. To avoid that, we're also conscious about their health and we try to get them to protect themselves from dirts and dots.
Now, Genesis, I know you don't want to share your trade secret.
Yes.
But there's also the fact that many people would be reluctant to come all the way to keep trying to get their car sparkling.
Okay.
They might want to buy the biodegradable component.
Substance.
Is it possible to do that, or you must come and get it cleaned by Auto Sparkles?
So at the moment, Auto Sparkle is a services company. We do not sell products at the moment.
Okay.
So we advise people who are interested in getting this service to reach out to us via Instagram or WhatsApp at My Auto Sparkle on Instagram, and then of course all our details are there.
Okay. All right. So this process, I drive into your company now.
Yeah.
Say at 8 a.m. At what time do I expect to drive out if my car is being taken care of immediately?
If you want to clean the engine like this, it's not. It doesn't take too long. Maximum of about 45 minutes they are done, because it's just like I told you, superficial cleaning. You clean the engine for cosmetic purposes. It's nothing serious, but just to make sure that you take the dirt off and you keep the engine working in good condition.
So what's the advantage of getting this done? We're used to, you drive your car right
Yes.
to the car wash,
Yes.
and then they take water and then everything is all cleaned up. You carry your car up. So what's the advantage? What's the difference between doing that and getting
Okay,
this
so
done?
maybe we should start with what the disadvantage is when you use a lot of water in cleaning the engine. So generally you run the risk of causing corrosion. The engine for the most part is made up of metals, except for parts where you have plastics, which is not much. So you run the risk of corrosion, causing corrosion to the engine parts, and when that happens, you're on the way to damaging the engine. Apart from that, you could also cause cracks, and then when you use water, you could wash dirt onto the belt, the fan belts, and when that happens, you have these squeaky sounds when you're driving your car. So in the long run, what you're doing if you're using water consistently is to expose your engine to damage.
Through corrosion.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so on average 20-30 minutes
Yes.
I'm out of your company if I
Exactly.
drive in to get this done.
Exactly.
Does this apply to every other part of your
No,
vehicle
it
as
doesn't,
well?
because this is just one component that most times people get along with other packages like the interior detailing.
Ah,
and,
so
exactly.
this is like, okay,
It's
pay
an
for
add-on.
this. And
Exactly.
I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that. Okay, thank you so much for being on the show today,
Thank you.
Genesis Onomiwo of Auto Sparkles. We've learned a lot, especially about keeping our vehicles clean. Just take a look at that. It is sparkling, literally. Well, the guys are in the kitchen, and I'm off to join them right about now.
Yeah, we're wrapping things up here.
Where does she want to join?
She's about to wrap up.
Maybe just be there and focus on that sparkle.
Yeah.
All right, so we have Chef Omi here, and we are about done. And this is really, really something.
Yeah.
Okay, this is really something.
Taking shape.
Yeah, things are taking shape. Things are.
I'm looking at what on earth. Wow. So rice and peas.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a tropical sauce.
Tropical sauce.
Yeah.
Sauce.
But I've opened this thing now, but this
So
pot.
you can
All my haters. Can't you see? So this local pot, the idea is to keep.
So these things are peas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Red kidney beans or peas.
Yeah.
All right, so let him try. Let him try. Let him try.
So let's offer our guests
What's this?
some.
What's this?
Tropical sauce, fruits, pawpaw, carrot, pineapple, garlic.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
All right, so thank you so much for joining us, and our discussion today was quite interesting.
Yeah, quite interesting.
Yeah.
Picking up some different areas of the business of cleaning.
Yeah, so this is, what sort of chicken is this?
Wings, curry, sesame,
All right.
chicken wings.
Sesame chicken wings. So where are you going to start? You're confused, are you?
You can start from the chicken, you can start from the...
All right.
Start somewhere.
Start somewhere.
Start somewhere.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Where?
Am I free to eat everything?
Yes,
Yeah,
sure.
you can taste it all.
And while he's getting ready with that, we have to start rounding off the show. Big thank you to our friends at Homely NG for the kitchen accessories.
This is nice.
Thank
All
you.
right.
For a
That's
moment,
what
I
we
thought you
want
wanted
to
to
hear.
start singing.
I can't really tell how much I'm feeling right now.
You know what? That's what we were looking forward to. That's what we wanted to hear. Thank you so much, Chef.
Thank you
Well
for
done,
having
Chef.
me.
And big thank you to all our guests for joining us today. Your view is next after this.
Have a great day, y'all. Bye.